Okay, so welcome to the Finding the King of Laksa journey part 8. This is episode 8 of our journey, and today we are at the 4th Mount Everest Siang to try out their laksa. I've been coming here for 3 times already, and finally I stumbled upon their opening. This is really amazing. From the first impression that I got when I received the bowl is, yet again, we got a disposable chopstick. I'm not so sure why they are using disposable chopstick. They are not very busy right now, and yet they are still using disposable chopstick. And from the presentation itself, it looks really amazing. I really love the presentation. But one thing I want to comment on is the soup. The soup actually looks pretty oily. Like, it looks way too much oil compared to like a normal bowl of soup, but I'm gonna try it later to actually judge it. But I love they give us actually like really tough taugeh. Like, it's not like taugeh drenched in the soup of laksa. It's not like soft taugeh that when you bite it you can't even taste the taugeh. So this is pretty good for me who actually enjoy a really good taugeh itself. Okay, but the prawn looks good. It is deveined completely. It doesn't look like it is overcooked at all, and it looks perfectly cooked. Okay, but I'm gonna judge them later. Now I'm gonna start off with the soup as usual. So let me try the soup. Let me try again. It is creamy for sure, but it's not very thick. The flavor is there's flavor in the soup, but it's leaning more towards to the sweet side rather than the spicy side. There is like a little bit of spiciness, and I don't taste quite a lot of spice. Man, that is really interesting. There's this, I think they put quite a lot of MSG into the soup because like the taste, the sweetness doesn't taste real. It doesn't taste like it's coming from the prawn. It doesn't taste like it's coming from the milk. It tastes like it is coming from something else. And my biggest guess on where does the flavor actually come from is actually coming from the abundance of MSG right now. It looks good. It tastes good. Added in the sambal. The sambal tastes really unique. It is not the bright red sambal. It's like the very deep color sambal, and after adding it to the soup, it adds a little bit of the spice, but it's not enough to spice the entire bowl up. Okay, so it's not enough, definitely, but the soup is okay. Maybe the soup is a little bit salty, and I'm not sure how to comment on this. It definitely felt like it's over seasoned at a certain point, but it has been diluted down with water. I think that is kind of like the vibe that is actually giving me. It's like not cooked to the correct proportion, and they actually dilute it out with water, something like that. Okay, but let me try the bihun next. The bihun looks good. It looks like it's carried a lot of flavor of the laksa soup. So let me try. Okay. Very nice to chew, very soft. I don't taste anything yet from the bihun, but I'm gonna try again. Okay. The bihun itself doesn't have a lot of flavor. They definitely did not season the bihun when they are boiling the bihun, but I would say overall the taste has quite nice. Okay, it's not the best, but it tastes pretty alright. But this is a very average bowl of laksa, I would say so far. And now let me move on to the prawn, because the prawn is what might save the bowl of laksa. Okay, let me try. Perfectly cooked. It's perfectly cooked, but the prawn is not fresh, so They're like you don't really taste when you reach the end of the flavoring, reach the end of the prawn. It tasted a little bit stale, tasted a little bit. I'm not sure how to describe the flavor, but it tastes really, really murky kind of feeling. It doesn't give you the freshness feeling, so I don't know how to explain that. But the prawn is chewy, but it is definitely not very fresh. Okay. Yeah, that is the Siang from Laksa. Overall, very very amazing bowl of laksa because he gets every single thing that it needs to get. He get it right. Okay, the soup is okay, the bihun is okay, the prawn is okay. So very average bowl of laksa. I couldn't find any fault to kind of like deduct quite a lot of mark, but one mark that I would deduct is definitely the soup because it really felt weird drinking this bowl of soup. It's like I said earlier on, it felt like they cook a large bowl, like a very thick bowl, and then they added a lot of water to dilute it, something like that. But that is all from me regarding this store. I'm gonna finish this and move on to the next store right now. So I'll be see you guys in the next store. Goodbye. Okay, so right now I am at UU Cafe trying out their laksa. It looks really really amazing. First impression when I got the bowl is wow. I didn't expect them to give me a hard-boiled egg as one of the topping of the laksa itself. Really did not see this coming, but this store is yet another store operated by Malay and it looks amazing. The topping, the presentation, they definitely know how to play it in a way that really presents it to the audience, present it to the customer, and it looks really really good. But with that being said, let me try the laksa itself. This is at ringgit, by the way. This is the big portion, and let me try the soup. The soup looks amazing. Wow, I love this soup. It have a lot of spice, a lot of like flavor. The flavor is very fragrant. Wow, amazing. The soup is really really good. It's creamy, it's salty, it has a lot of spice, like the spice is on point. I love the tingling sensation that it gave me when I drink the soup. So the soup is actually really really nice, okay? And most importantly, they gave me a tissue, okay? Like for those who haven't watched my previous episode, every single store that gave me a tissue is automatically gonna get an additional point because when you eat laksa, you need tissue, okay? This tissue is like one of the most crucial thing when you eat laksa. And now next thing, the bihun. Bihun is, looks good. I have see a lot of spices on the bihun itself, and it means that this is gonna be one good bihun. Sadly to say, the bihun is a little bit undercooked. It is not. It feels a little bit tough to bite, and I'm not so sure whether or not this is because they actually use a different brand of bihun, or is this kind of like they just literally undercook the bihun. And some people prefer like the bihun to be a little bit tough compared to the soft bihun. So it really up to your preference, but I prefer more soft bihun. And this is like, for me, this is not cooked enough. So for me, this is undercooked, okay? But I'm just gonna try it again to see whether or not it is consistent. Okay, so one of the things about this bowl of laksa is the bihun. Very, very. It's not the smooth type. It is thick for sure, but this is not the type of bihun that I like. Okay, this type of bihun, it is tough. It is rough, and is definitely not the really really smooth. And I don't know how to say, but it doesn't give kind of like a shiny feeling to the bihun itself. So I'm really really interested to see like what type of bihun they are actually using here. If they actually use a kind of like a higher quality bihun, this bowl of laksa is gonna be like really really amazing. The bihun is the one that is like stopping it from the glory path, something like that. Okay. With that being said, let me move on to the prawn. The prawn is not. They cut the prawn open, but they did not remove the vein. Like, what's the point of you cutting up the prawn, but you didn't remove the vein at all? Like they, no, man, it's like inconsistent at all. Like they cut open, but they did not remove the vein. It's like the purpose of you cutting open the prawn, it became meaningless. Okay, so the prawn, I'm gonna give it kind of deduct mark because of this. They did not devein the prawn at all. They deshelled the prawn, but they did not devein the prawn. So a very, very sad thing that we actually have here. But let me talk about the freshness of the prawn. Okay. Pretty fresh. The prawn is slightly overcooked because there's like it lacks of the springiness in the prawn itself, but you can really taste the smell of the prawn. I don't know how like Malay does it, but like most of the store when I eat the laksa, when it comes from a Malay cook, the prawn actually tastes really, really strong. I think it's the way how they preserve their prawn that causes it to retain the smell of the prawn and not losing the smell of the prawn. And this prawn it tastes really, really good. You know, the flavor of the prawn is there, but the sad thing is that they did not actually devein it properly. If they actually make the effort to devein it, I can give it more marks and push it up to the ladder a little bit. But with the state that it was being presented without deveining, and they took the effort to cut it open, but they did not remove the vein. You know, it's kind of like pointless. Like why would you do that? Okay, something like that. But yeah, this is overall quite a decent bowl of laksa. The soup is definitely the one that shines the most here, and also like the topping. I really did not expect a hard-boiled egg. I'm just gonna try it to see how it tastes like. So have definitely an interesting taste to the laksa, the rest of the laksa I tried before, because the rest, me personally, I mean, like, I call myself the Tamagoman, so I really, really love egg, and this hard-boiled egg, the texture of the egg yolk mixed together with the soup itself, it actually tastes really, really well. So instead of like eating it whole entirely like how I did just now, I would recommend you to like take the yolk out, like mush it up and mix it in the soup and taste it. I think that is gonna taste way more interesting. Okay, and then look at the meat, man. Like the meat is huge. They did not actually like tore it up like into smaller chunks, something like that. Like I would actually prefer them if they like just tore it up a bit, like make it like more less of a chunk. I think that would be like better, where you can eat it as you go. Like you don't have to like eat like a huge bunch of meat together. But they serve up tofu, so they got a lot of points for soup and topping and even presentation. But the thing that really bring them down is the bihun and also the prawn itself. So that is all from me regarding this stall of laksa. And if you enjoy what you see so far, you know what to do. Click that subscribe button, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Goodbye.